Hello there, spotting news here and there. Um, Happy to announce Gonzalea has finally showed up. Um, for those you don't know who he is, practically he's a businessman which was living in Ukraine for some time now, and obviously was exposing the reality of events of this conflict which actually occurred there, respect to the propaganda of the mass media, which they want to make us all believe it's that version, but not the other version. You have to listen to both sides of the story, really. Basically, he got picked up by the security forces, which is the Ukraine Secret Police (SUB). It seems like he's been interrogated and detained, and he's been warned not to leave Kharkov, the Ukraine city which he's currently living, and all his communication devices, computers, mobile phones, have been seized by these thugs because basically he was speaking against the Zelensky regime, exposing their atrocities and crimes. Zelensky, what's the Western media would paint as like a saint, he ain't no saint at all. He's just another dictator puppet put there by the American government and commanded by NATO, basically. And basically, him and his other fishing friends have ruined this country of Ukraine by exploiting it through corruptions. And these people are even siding in Pandora Papers scandal. And that's another thing. That's only tip of the iceberg. A whole series of known politicians around the world and prime ministers of various countries who've been hiding illegally money in offshore holdings. There's nothing about illegal about that, having an offshore holding, but what you put inside mainly is from recycled laundry money, they're called, from illegal activities, and such as that. There are many offshore countries' holdings which do operate in this sector. Cyprus, Malta, which most Western companies have legal offices there as a holding. And basically, this Zelensky character is just a pure fake. How you can believe in a comedy actor who became president of the Ukraine? I don't know how he done it. There was corruption, I believe so. And he talks about peace and democracy. Democracy in Ukraine doesn't exist. There was a mayor which was a bit pro-Russian. One night he was kidnapped, and a few days his body was dumped in the square of his town that he was a mayor of, with a bullet through his heart. There was another politician, Ukraine politician, which was captured by one of these Zelensky neo-Nazi goons, and don't know what tremendous ending happened to him. Probably was killed by them, because there's a long list of people disappearing which are dissidents who speak out against the Zelensky regime, and mysteriously disappeared, and you find them dead somewhere in a remote place. Do not believe what Zelensky says on the mass media. Is very good at misleading people through some propaganda, because obviously who's behind him are American and European interests. Biden and NATO, which command him, basically. So this war is just only of interest. It's not got to do with liberating Russia, their presence in that country, because they're the bad guys. They're not just the bad guys, even the West are the bad guys as well, because they got a lot to hide in that country. They got a lot of secrets. It came out, these BO labs, which American government in the end admitted their existence, and Mariupol, that other style installation, God knows what's underground in these secret hallways and bunkers, probably NATO installation. Who knows? It's possible, because there is a lot of NATO interest in this country, American as well. And it's not good interests. It's just basically... And the last thing we heard, they want to accept Ukraine as a member of the EC. Absolutely disgusting. Hasn't got the parameters, minimally speaking, to candidate. Corrupt government. There's been a civil war which is going on for about 6 or 7 years now, which European and United Nations have never done nothing about it, and thousands of civilians are killed in the eastern regions due to these so-called Ukrainian militia, or Azov, which are neo-Nazi pigs anyway.